Hi, I'm Simi Williams, and today we're going to dive into the art of asking engaging questions on the red carpet. I've had a lot of questions in the comment section from you guys asking me sample questions to ask at a child dedication ceremony. I didn't even know that they employed red carpet hosts for that now, but I guess people want what they want for their events, right? So if you are at a loss as to what questions to ask, how to engage your guests, you just don't know what to do, today I'll be giving you sample questions to ask at different type of events, whether it be weddings, whether it be beauty pageants, musical concerts, child dedications, birthdays. I'm not going to be doing for burial ceremonies because, I don't know. I don't do burials. Now, to ask engaging questions, you would definitely need to do your research. You cannot just show up on that day blank and with nothing up your sleeves. You may not need to really do a lot of research when it comes to, say, child dedication ceremony, wedding ceremony, birthdays, and all of that. But if it's a social event, maybe a beauty pageant or a musical concert, you will need to do a lot of research before you mount that stage or before you step on the carpet. Do you understand? So research is really key so you can tailor your interview questions, to the particular event you'll be contracted to anchor. Now is the time to know how to craft engaging questions. Of course, your 5 W's and H, Yoruba factor. Of course, your 5 W's and H will never let you down. And that is who, what, where, when, why, how, right? Who, what, where, when, why, how. 5 W's and H. If you did journalism, this will not be strange to you. But if you didn't, it's it's a journalism thing anyway. That's my point. How do you make your interview questions engaging? Number one, you ask open-ended questions. As you can see, open-ended questions are key for any conversation whatsoever. In my last video, I also mentioned asking open-ended questions. If you master the art of asking open-ended questions, you will never run out of things to talk about on the red carpet or with your friends or with your romantic partner or wherever you are, right? If you understand how to ask open-ended questions, people will readily give you answers because it indicates that you are interested in them and you're curious to know what they're about, what their interests are and all of that. Open-ended questions are such like, why did you take on this role? This is me assuming you're talking to a celebrity or the lead actor in a movie, that is just premiering. Why did you take on this role? What about the character appealed to you? This gives the person enough ample time I just said enough and ample, the same thing, wahala. This gives the person you're talking to enough time to explore as much as he or she wants to. And you just wait there and listen. You can ask one question and that's all. You don't need to ask any other, right? So tip number one for crafting engaging interview questions is for you to ask open-ended questions and bearing in mind the 5 W's and H. Who, what, where, when, why, how. All right? Thanks. So number two, I also mentioned it earlier, active listening and follow-up questions. One thing that happens to me on the carpet is if for some reason I'm not comfortable, maybe in what I'm wearing, or I don't really like my makeup, or I've caught an image of myself in the mirror somewhere and I wasn't really feeling what I saw, it shows up when I ask my guests questions on the carpet, because now I'm in my head, I'm self-conscious, I'm zoned out, I'm talking to my guests, but I'm not really hearing what they're saying. I'm just reeling off questions because I'm self-conscious. I'm thinking, oh, what is he thinking about me? Or what is she thinking about me? Or do I look as good as I think I should look? Am I giving what I'm supposed to give? Do they like what they say? And I feel this way. I usually will feel that way when I'm not really feeling myself. And that is why I always emphasize the fact that confidence is key. Ensure that you are wearing what you want to wear, what you look pretty damn good in, so that you are free to be in the moment and be present. Because when you're all up in your head on your self-conscious, it affects your delivery, it affects your presentation, and it affects your engagement. So you don't want anything to becloud your judgment or becloud your thinking or affect your clarity. All right? If it's your hair, ensure it is slick. If it's your makeup, get an amazing professional to do your makeup for you. If it's your outfit, ensure that it's what you're comfortable wearing. If you're not comfortable burying your boobs, don't do it. If you're not comfortable showcasing your legs, don't do it. Ensure that whatever insecurity you have is covered and is not showing on that day. Do you understand? Because little things like this really detract from your overall performance on the red carpet. Confidence is the number one thing you need to kill it right there and then. All these ones are secondary. If your confidence is not on point, forget it. You can have all the questions in the world and it will fall flat. Why? Because you, the person, the personality is not engaging. And the reason it's not engaging is because you are not confident. So make sure that everything is on point. You look at yourself in the mirror and you love what you see. Once you do, that bolsters your confidence and it helps you to stay in the moment and listen to what anyone is telling you because you feel your best. I don't know. Am I speaking to someone right here? Okay. You're asking an open-ended question and your guest is answering you. Listen attentively. Because when you listen attentively, it will help you to know what questions to ask as a follow-up. All right? Good. If you really want to understand how to do this very well, one interviewer that I really watch myself is Steven Bartlett, Diary of a CEO. He has a podcast here on YouTube. Please go search him out. I love the way he engages his guests. It's very relaxed. You can see that he's curious. You can literally see the clock turning in his head. He knows, of course, he's done his research. If the guest has a book, he has read it and he puts himself in the same boat with the guests such that the guests feel seen, feel heard without them having to say too much. Steven Bartlett has elicited tears in the eyes of the strongest people ever. Like the people you will never imagine would cry on that podcast. You want to really learn how to ask questions in a deep, meaningful way that gets your guests to open up. Watch Steven Bartlett, Diary of a CEO. It will really help you. Now, without further ado, we're going to get into event-specific questions. This is what you're waiting for, so let's get right to it. So we're going to do this in two ways, right? So that you people can have everything you need to succeed at your next red carpet event. I wish I had this when I started. There was no one on YouTube giving red carpet tips when I started. I had to figure out everything on my own. However, I'm going to save you that trouble because I'm a nice person. All right, so I'm going to do it in two ways because for every movie premiere you are going to, we have the main characters and we have the guests and attendees, right? And there are times you need to interview the main characters and you also need to interview the guests and attendees. We're going to start off with the main character and then questions for attendees. All right. Now let's assume you've been contracted to host a movie premiere. I don't know why I keep using this example, but let's just start off with that. A movie premiere, right? And one of the actors is right in front of you. You ask them, "Hi, thank you so much for coming out tonight. How does it feel to be part of this amazing project?" How? That's an open-ended question. Are you with me? Are you paying attention? Though, take notes. Jot things down so you can take things away, okay? So let's assume you're talking to this, my crush. What's his name? Baj Adebule, right? Okay, yeah. So Baj is here and you're talking to him like, "Hi, it's so nice to have you on the red carpet tonight. You look really amazing. You look pretty dashing. How does it feel to be a part of this amazing project?" And I said it in one of my reels. If you're talking to a guest who has showed up on your carpet, the guest usually will stand on your left side, all right? This is not appropriate. This is appropriate. Do you understand? Are you with me? Okay? So when your guests come on your carpet or whoever is in charge of directing guests to you does that, you move over so the person stands here. Person stands here looking into the camera. You also looking into the cameras. All right. Now you don't hold this. This is an etiquette. You don't hold the mic over like this, but this is gonna be like really weird. I've seen people do this when they're interviewing people. This is awkward. Crossing your right hand over to interview a guest is pretty awkward. All right. This is how you hold your mic when you're interviewing your guest. You do this. Are you with me? This is much easier, such that if you want to gesticulate, your other hand is free to gesticulate. It's gonna be freaking weird to do this, and no, that's not appropriate. Okay, so that's just an aside. Okay, so now you're talking to Badge, and here is your hand doing this to him. And you're maintaining eye contact. All right, which is why I said confidence is key. If you're shy, if you're timid, this might not be the industry for you, because you would need to stand on business as a red carpet host. All right, you need to be assertive, confident in who you are, and own your space, because when celebrities come on stage, there's a tendency that you are overwhelmed or intimidated by their aura, by their presence, and you start fangirling. Don't fangirl a celebrity. The highest you can do is be excited, be happy to see them, comment on, make comments on their dressing, compliment what they are wearing. But as far as you are concerned, you both are professionals. You are contracted to do a job. They also just did their jobs, and that's why they are here and you are interviewing them. Are you with me? Okay. So now you're talking to Badge Adebule, and you're like, how does it feel to be a part of this amazing project? And then it goes on and on and on and on. And then, so now you've asked Badge the question. He has answered, right? And you can poke fun at him. You are allowed to flirt with your guests, not in a tacky way though. Just make it classy. Make it classy. You can make comments on probably his shoes, his eyes, his teeth, or whatnot. I mean, if it's a female too, make comments on the hair in a classy way. You don't have to, but if you feel led, you can do it. Okay, just make sure that you're having fun and your guest is having fun as well. Do you understand? So another question you can ask the main actor, the main character, is what do you hope audiences take away from this film? What do you hope audiences take away from this film? That's question 2. What part of your character resonates with you personally? Are there any similarities between who you are in real life and your character in the movie, right? So these are sample questions you can ask your guests on the carpet. If the guest is a celebrity, maybe an actor or an actress who featured in a movie you've been contracted to host. Do you understand? Who are you most excited to see in the movie? That's a question for an attendee, for a guest, right? 2, what's your favorite genre of movie? Genre, that's Genre. I've seen people call this genre, or I don't know, weird names, but it's actually genre. It's French. Okay, what's your favorite genre of movie? Is it sci-fi? Is it epic? Is it adventure? Is it thriller? Is it rom-com? Is it romance? Whatever the person mentions it, and you can go, which is your favorite? Which is your favorite movie? Are you a Marvel fan? Do you like comics? Okay, who are you here with tonight? That's a question for an attendee. Have you attended a premiere before? That's 4 questions or 5 now. I'll give you one more and then move on to the next event. Okay? Who are you looking forward to seeing tonight? Like, which of the actors or celebrities are you most looking forward to seeing tonight? And that can just be a wrap. It's a movie premiere. And then if there are games you have up your sleeves, you can play games with them. You can ask them to do tongue twisters, riddles, or dance, or do their favorite dance step or something. Just laughing throughout. Okay, so that's that about that for movie premiere. Let's go on to weddings. All right, you've been contracted to host the red carpet of a wedding, and you are speaking to the main characters first. Now, who are the main characters of a wedding event? Of course, the couple, the bride and the groom. Okay, so now you are about to talk to the bride and the groom, and you want to ask them questions on the red carpet. A question you can ask them is, how did you two meet? Secondly, what's the story behind your proposal? Like, how did he propose to you? Was it private? Was it public? Were you surprised? right? Did you know he was going to propose? Okay, those are questions you can also ask the couple. Another question you can also ask is, what are you most looking forward to in marriage? Now, this can have a naughty undertone, if you get what I mean. But they will laugh, of course, they will laugh. They can say kids, coming home to each other every night, sex, whatever, and then you guys can laugh about it, okay? What do you love most about your partner, right? What is the most annoying trait he has? What's the most annoying trait she has? How did you know she was the one for you? How did you know he's the one for you? Were there any challenges you faced before you walked down the altar? And so on and so forth. I'm giving you like 6 or 7. That should get you started, all right? So that's for the husband and the wife, okay? For the attendees, the party poopers, no, for the party riders who showed up to be a part of the amazing day, the questions you can ask them are, thank you so much for coming to the solemnization of holy matrimony between Shadlewa and Charles. We are so happy to have you here. You guys look so amazing, look so dashing. What's your relationship to the couple? I'm the bride's friend, or I'm the groom's friend. Oh, amazing. When you found out that your friend was getting married, what was the first thing that came to your mind? The answer, right? What advice would you give to the newlyweds? That's the answers. How do you think marriage will change them? Are you married? If the person says yes, then you can ask them, how has marriage changed you? Who are you before marriage and who are you now? Then what's your favorite part of the wedding celebration? Some people can say food, some people can say music, the dancing, and so on and so forth. So those are the questions I think you can ask wedding guests, who have come out to celebrate with the newly wedded couple. If you have been contracted to host a birthday party, the main character of the day, of course, is the celebrants, okay? Now, initially, you may not have the opportunity to talk to the celebrant at the beginning of the event, but maybe in the middle or at the end of the event, you get to talk to the celebrant. So we're going to go with the celebrant first. What are the questions you can ask the celebrant of the day? Hello, mommy. How does it, whoever the person is? Congratulations, sir or ma. Congratulations, sir. We are so happy that God has spread your life up until this point. How does it feel to be 50 or 40 or 39 or whatever age the person is fucking? The person say, I give all glory to God who made all these things possible. Whatever the person says. How do you feel surrounded by loved ones? The answers? In your 50, fill in the blanks, in your blank years of existence, what would you say is the most important lesson you've learned? Or what are the most important lessons you have learned, in your 50 years of existence on this planet? As an answers. What's your message to your younger self? If you had the opportunity to talk to your younger self right now, maybe an 18-year-old you, for example, what would you say to him or her? What would you say to the younger self right now? And now that you're 50, what are you most looking forward to? That's an answers. And that's all about that, okay? Usually, they don't spend more than 3-4 minutes on the carpet. So by the time you go through all these 5, the person is good to go. And then it's off, all right? And if the wife is there, or the kids are there, you can tell the kids to sing for the mom or sing for the dad or sing for whoever is celebrating a birthday. Just do a family thing that they can bond over and be happy and, enjoy themselves. Do you understand? I cannot tell you everything you need to do when you're on the carpet. That is why you need to be very, very fast on your feet. You need to be very spontaneous. I've always said that spontaneity is a trait a red carpet host should possess. You should be able to think on your feet. There are things you will not write down in your book that it will occur to you right there and then to spice up the old activities, and then you can do it. It's only just necessary that you are prepared so nothing catches you off guard. But most of the things you're going to be doing on the carpet are spontaneous. There are things that will occur to you right on the spot. And if you think about it, if you play it picture by picture in your mind, if it seems good, you can do it. You're not going to bomb. It will not bomb. That's because people are happy. You can ride on the energy in the room to do whatever it is you want to do. Okay, as long as you are comfortable doing it. If you think that your delivery may flop, don't do it. But if you've thought about it in your mind and you are confident and sure that you can carry this out and you can deliver this material to your audience or to your guests or whoever, then go right ahead and do it. Okay, the carpet is your oyster. Do whatever it is you want on that carpet. Now, for guests and attendees who have come for the birthday celebration, you can ask the person, what's your favorite memory with the celebrants, right? How long have you known the celebrants for, right? What are your wishes for the celebrants? How do you think they've grown over the years? And what's your message for the celebrants? That's another question you can ask them. Okay, I'm going to do just one last event because I don't want this video to be longer than usual. First of all, you lead with congratulations, right? If you're talking to the main characters, congratulations on your wedding ceremony, congratulations on your birthday, congratulations on the birth of your child. Children are so beautiful creatures. We are so blessed to have them. And congratulations on being first-time parents. How does it feel to be parents for the first time? Is it everything you've ever dreamed of? Is it everything you've ever dreamed of? Then the answer. Remember, I led with an open-ended question. How does it feel to be first-time parents? How? Okay? They go ahead and answer. Number 2, what values would you love to instill in your child, especially in a world where our values have been eroded and, we live in a very morally depraved world. As parents, what values are you looking to instill in your kid, in your baby? What are your hopes and dreams for the child, right? And let them answer. What's the most surprising part of parenthood? What's the most surprising part of parenthood? How does it feel to be dedicating your child today? And let them answer. Do you understand? And that's for the parents of the baby. Now, if you're asking the guests or attendees, then ask them what values are the most important to be instilled in a child, right? What values, in your opinion, are the most important to be instilled in a child? That's question 1. Question 2, how do you know the family? How do you know them? Number 3, do you have children of your own? If they say yes, they do. What do you think is the most important aspect of parenthood? So how do you think parenting has changed? Let them do their thing. So that's all about that. This video has gone on longer than I intended. I'm gonna wrap it up here for today. The other events you would like me to talk about, just drop it in the comment section. When I do my subsequent videos, I'll find a way to chip those in so you can have everything you need. But make sure you don't miss out on any of my videos so that you don't miss out on the answers to your questions. I may not be able to dedicate an entire video to a question you've asked, but in subsequent videos, I'll be answering your questions in them. So do not miss out on my videos coming up soon. I also have an ebook coming up for Red Carpet hosts. If you're already practicing or you're a newbie, you want to get into that space, I have a book coming up for y'all, so you can always have something to read, because it can be quite tedious watching movies sometimes, watching videos sometimes. So I really understand, but a book is really handy. If there are things if you need clarifications or stuff, you can always go back to the book and check it out and stuff. So an ebook for Red Carpet hosts to be coming out, and you will really, really love it. It's going to be very, very helpful, value packed, and it will give you everything you need to get started in this industry if this is something you would really, really love to do. All right, and that's it for today on the Simi Williams Show. If you learned anything, if you got value from this, please drop a comment in the comment section, like this video, please, and share with the people in your class or your department or whatnot, so I can get eyes on these videos. Thank you so much for watching to this point. I love you, and I wish you the very, very best. You got this, and you may not really be confident right now, but the more you practice a skill, the better you get. So keep doing what you're doing. In due time, you're gonna be a boss. All right, that's what's up.